So we're here with Fred Cercena from GetAway Vacations. And what year did you start the company?
Started the company around 2011, in the fall 2011.
What led to you choosing Streamline as your software?
Well, I took a look at a bunch of different softwares, and I actually wanted to interview the people that ran the software, and there was a couple that just didn't get a good vibe with. And then I got on the phone with Brett, and we chatted, and Brett was really low key, and which I kind of like, which I didn't, because I just don't like pushy people, So, Brett was just real laid back, but he answered all my questions, and I ended up following up with him, and just the different things that Streamline was offering, even then, just made a lot of sense. And it was a little above what I really needed because I was a small company at that time, but I felt like I can grow into this software, and it was a good choice.
How did you end up in the vacation rental industry?
Well, what happened was, as a kid, I used to come up to Killington and ski, and I always loved this area. And my father would bring us up, and it was fantastic. But interestingly enough is that it wasn't my father that brought us up. Later in life, my father-in-law found a house up in this area close to Killington, and he asked me if I wanted to come up with him and take a look at it. So I drove up with him. Long story short, he purchased the property. It was 2 towns outside of Killington. I was like, this is fantastic. I got a place to go, could hang out, go skiing, and so on and so forth. And as I was doing that, I started looking at other properties. Like, it'd be a pretty good idea. I could stay at my in-laws' house, buy an investment property, rent that out, and see how things go. And then I did. I ended up doing that back in 2008. And I started renting it out and saw this like, this could be good. Maybe I should buy a second property. And a few years later, I purchased a condo. And at that time, I was deciding that this is something I probably want to do as a business. I started very part-time. And then from there, it just grew into a full-time business.
Wow. How many years did it take for it to become full-time for you? Was it quick?
Yeah. So the timeline was purchased in 2008. Pretty much right away, I started renting it out. And for a few years, till about 2011, I was just doing my one property. And I bought a second unit, a condo, right at the base of the mountain. And after I purchased the condo, while I was doing that, I decided that it's probably a good idea to try to bring some more properties on to see how things would go. So at the condo complex where I own that condo, I started to market to owners of that own properties there, and it made sense to target the owners that are in the same condo complex. And I started to bring a few of these owners on, and it just started to grow from there.
You're obviously one of the voices, one of the people that's had influence with your feedback on what we've developed. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I'm never afraid to see something and try to understand what's going on with a process or some kind of software. I'm always willing to also learn too. I love learning. I love making mistakes because I always learn from them, and I can help, and I feel like I have input. And because I'm willing to break things, I'm willing to try things and take certain risks, and I see the risks as opportunities to grow and learn. So I think along with that, I'm not afraid to, call. I'm more of a phone person than an email person. So I think I've talked to many, many people over the last 7+ years at Streamline with questions or concerns. And I always believed in just being friendly, but being upfront. And I think a lot of the Streamline team and we get along. There's a lot of people that when I go to the summits, they're like, "Oh, you're Fred." And I'm like, "Yeah, I feel like a rock star sometimes." Quite crazy, but it's cool though. I like it. It's it's flattering, honestly. But I think it has to do with that I'm willing to try different things.
What would you say to someone that's considering switching to Streamline?
I would say that it's a great choice, and here's the reason why. If there is something that they're looking to accomplish in their business, because every business is differently, every business runs differently, that you should come into Streamline with a game plan of what what your business should look like. And then at that point, find ways to accomplish the systems that you want to put in place, the outcomes you're looking to really achieve. There's always a way to get it done within Streamline because of the flexibility, because of the partners, because of the software. It has the ability to do so many things. It requires time, and it requires energy. It requires thoughtfulness on what your outcome is, what you're looking to accomplish, and you have to put the effort in. It's not, Streamline just doesn't give you something and says, this is how it works. You have to make it work for yourself. And there's always a way to find. You have to have that mentality that there's a way that you can get the software to do what you want it to do. I mean, I'm still learning about different things. So there's no, like, you come, you do a course, you learn it all, and you're done. There's a constant evolution of things that happen within Streamline to make the experience better for all of us.
Now, I know I don't have to ask you to be brutally honest, but how would you rate our customer service?
If you would have asked me that a couple of years ago, I'd have said it's okay, and there's been times I've been frustrated, I'll be honest, but lately, within the last, maybe year and a half, it's been good. Now, I also will say I really loved having an account manager, because a couple of the account managers that have been awesome. And they all know who they are because I told them that. So, but when Sagri launched a new way to contact and teams and stuff, I was a little skeptical, but I get it now because there's specialists and there's people that know integrations, there's people that know accounting. And I feel like they've really stepped up their game big time in the last year. And that change has been good. Even though I wasn't thrilled about the change, I'm thrilled now because things get handled so quickly.
Talk a little bit about what Streamline apps you use and how those are.
The apps I use, OwnerX, a lot of our owners use that to, do owner blocks, and that's been great. I haven't gotten a lot of feedback of whether they love it or not, but they're using it, so I know it's working. And we also use the property care app. So last year, this past ski season, all of our whole team have been employees. So our whole cleaning team, maintenance, operations, and so using the property care app has been very efficient and gives everybody the opportunity to just have everything right at their fingertips. We
talked a little bit before this. You don't have tons of free time, but how have you enjoyed the virtual learning sessions and Step Ahead?
Yeah, I love the virtual learning sessions. I like the Step Ahead. I've picked up a lot of cool tips, and it's just like I said, it just takes time and to go through everything. And sometimes a trick that I've done is I listen to things at 1.5 speed, when I can. I'm not sure if I can do that, but I know on YouTube you can, and certain podcasts I listen to I can, and you can get the content and you still absorb it.
Okay, so 2 final questions. This is your chance to give a shout out to any of our specific team members. Who's been a star at Streamline that you would like to give props to?
Gosh. I mean, everybody's been great, and that I've reached out to, but I guess I have a soft spot for Dawn. Dawn's always been great to me, and she was my account manager, and I mean, literally go out of her way to help with anything. So it was, but aside from that, it's not fair just to pick one person. But if I was to, as my go-to person, so. But I mean, there's a lot of people that have been fantastic at Streamline. So.
What do you think makes you such a great fit for Streamline and being a huge part of our Streamline family?
I think that the people in Streamline that I've worked with over the years, and even new people, they take what we do seriously, and they have a genuine interest in making sure that we can do our jobs in the best way we possibly can. And I think there's a sense of caring. I think there's a sense of respect. And I think that with me, I also respect the people in Streamline and how they really are there when I need certain things done and how the team decides to make decisions to help us grow our business. And without that, I mean, it's not just features. I think it's a lot of it has to do with caring and caring for each other. It sounds so like you can't get your hands around what that actually means, because there's an intangible to caring, but you can feel it and you can sense it. And like I said, I'm out here a lot of times doing my work from a computer in an office or in my home or in my bedroom. And I have Streamline opened all the time, and I'm in there doing things, and it's part of the business. It's part of the way we operate day to day.
Well, great to talk to you. Thank you for your time. Appreciate you doing this so much.
All right. Thank you. I'll talk to you later.